Hello everyone, welcome back to my main channel. Today we have the annual 23 ways to glow up or level up in 2023. Every year I do this video and you love it. Well, every year I feel like I learn more and more, and then I can't wait to share that with you. There's also a very special announcement in this video, and even if you are not a subscriber of mine, it will benefit you, so I encourage you to stay and listen to that. The number one thing I want to start with that's going to radically shift your life, make you glow up, level up, is number one, meditation. If there is one thing you should choose to do in 2023, it's meditate. When you start to meditate regularly, you get clarity of your mind, control over the present moment, you're able to bring yourself back into your body, you will be happier, you will see things more rationally, you will be healthier, less stressed, have greater control of your energy. People will also not be able to affect you as much. Meditation is the one thing that I am going to focus on this year. If you want more resources for that, you can check out Joe Dispenza. He has some really great meditations. Number two, watch a mind movie every day. So this is actually a Joe Dispenza technique, and in my manifestation video, the latest one, you can go watch it, I actually talked about mind movies and how I make my own. So I do it a little bit differently. What I do is I have all the images I want of my life, and behind it I actually put subliminals. Subliminals can be 0.3, okay? You should listen to subliminals. You know why? Do you know what subliminals are? They are affirmations that your conscious mind can't hear. It would directly penetrate your subconscious mind and help rewire your brain. So, you know, say we're like reading our affirmations on the daily, I am rich, I am worthy, but your conscious mind is like, well, I'm not rich and I don't feel worthy. Your conscious mind will argue these things, but when it's going directly into your subconscious, it's not, your mind is not arguing with it. So you're not actually meant to hear these things. And watching a mind movie will also help just prime your subconscious mind, put the image into your head. Yeah, do it for 30 days, see how you feel. Buy a journal. Who is releasing the best journal to ever exist? Me, today. So for the longest time, I've been searching for the perfect journal. Years and years and years. I have piles of journals in my drawer, and they're all crap. I never found a method that I think actually works. Eventually I did find a method that worked, but what it culminated into was me having whiteboards across my room with various different things, a billion quotes in front of me. Look what's in front of me. Motivation, motivation. And then I would have papers scattered everywhere of templates of how to structure my day. And I was like, this is so unsustainable. And using my knowledge of how I developed these methods, my research, my psychology background, I created the ultimate journal, the Life Formula. The Life Formula is available for limited edition downloads digitally at the moment. The printed versions will be available in February. You can go check out the website below. If you're a student, you can't afford the printed version because likely they'll be around $30 because, you know, printing costs. I recommend getting the digital version. It's only going to be $9.98. You can give it a go for a while, use it on your iPad, print it off, use it on your laptop if you have one of those smart laptops, and see if it works for you before you want to invest into the journal, and I pretty much can guarantee you that it's going to work. This journal will not only help you to achieve your goals, rewire your mind, figure out your strengths and weaknesses, but it will motivate you each day. And I also have a very special method to enhance your productivity. Don't know if you guys can see this, but this is an example of the day. At the top, you have the quote. By the way, it's all undated. We have a motivational quote each day. It's a 6-month journal. Usually you have a to-do list, right? And on that to-do list, you can have things which are super important and then things which are trivial, like do my laundry, take my dog for a walk. And by the end of it, you have this long list and you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh God, I don't want to do this. But really, it may just be like a few small tasks and then one major task. But because you have it in one list, your brain can't compute. Your brain doesn't want to do it. So number one, we have our to-do list. These are the things you get done during the day. And then we have the quick tasks. These are like the little trivial things. Put the laundry out, post a parcel, and then radar. Radar, in my opinion, is arguably the most important section. And what it is, it's just things that are at the back of your mind. For example, I want to learn about AI at the moment, and I also need to get travel insurance, but it's not urgent. I don't have to do it right now, so I put it on my radar. It's kind of like if I have time later, I'm going to do it. It's at the back of my mind. And then we have the schedule. And this is where you can time block. At the beginning of every single month, you have goals for this month. And then we have the why. When you buy this journal, you'll see that the why is scattered throughout. There's a lot of prompts in here. And then we have our week 1 projects, week 2 projects, because you know, sometimes we can put our project on the to-do list and then they're not broken into smaller tasks. So it's better to just lay out your month at the very beginning. And then of course we have a habit tracker, and the habit tracker is broken down by a reward system. So if I, Simone, complete, let's say 21 days of habits, I will reward myself with a Birkin bag. And then there's a bunch of other pages, reflection prompts all throughout, monthly, weekly, yearly, intention setters, getting to know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, reality creation, manifestation. Look, it seems complicated, but it's incredibly simple because my brain cannot handle anything difficult. So guys, it's a $9.98 investment into your future, and I guarantee you that you're gonna love it. Use it for a little bit, you'll see. So yeah, digital downloads, it's going to be on sale for the first week and then not going to be on sale. Printed versions in February. Go invest $9.98 into your future. So yeah, that was my long ass promo. Anyways, start to monitor your thoughts. Now, when you meditate, you're naturally going to start doing this. We have so many thoughts a day. I think it's something like 60,000, and I would say majority of these thoughts are so unproductive. They're not even our own thoughts. And I started to do this method the past week, which helps bring me back into the present moment. Because often we are either in the future or we are in the past. Whenever I start to feel myself drifting or I'm thinking of the past or the future, I go stop. And I bring myself into the present moment. And I have this affirmation I say where I say, my life is perfect, or everything in my life is working out for me. Because usually when we start to drift into the past, or we start to rewrite a situation in our past, it's for control. And when we think about the future, it's also for a sense of control. So I bring myself back to the present. You can do this with any unproductive thought. My friend didn't reply to me for 2 hours. I think she hates me. Stop. You have to train yourself to immediately stop thinking about this. And this is something that will radically change who you are. If you want to be ahead of most people, get the hell off social media, in particular TikTok. Take a cleanse, or just delete the apps. You're going to be ahead of people, I guarantee you. Because while all these people are on social media consuming a lot of crappy information, polluting their brain, their subconscious mind, you're going to be able to think for yourself and have clarity. And I talked about this in my recent video on my second channel. You can go check it out. Another thing is stop buying things you don't need. Stop compulsive spending. I've always been really good at this. I just don't buy things I need. And you know why? It's because when I get money, my default is not to spend. I've never spent an entire paycheck. My default is to save, invest, and grow that money. You have to adopt that mentality too. So when I'm looking at something, I always say to myself, do I really need it? Or do I just want it? If I don't need it, I don't buy it. If I desperately want something, I will die if I don't have it, then I buy it. Which can lead into the next point. Stop buying trendy and bad quality clothing. I don't want to hear, oh my god, Simone, but some people are broke and we don't have money to buy a nice top. Babe, you're spending hundreds of dollars on a massive Shein haul. That couple of $100, you could probably buy 1 to 3 really high quality pieces which will last a long time, and they shouldn't be trendy. Now more than ever, we cycle through trends non-stop. Thank you, TikTok. So many fucking trends all the time. I can't keep up. Stop buying trendy clothing. And also with clothing, when you buy something, ask yourself, how often can I wear this piece? And how will it fit with the rest of my wardrobe? I truly don't buy clothing, especially if it's expensive, when it doesn't fit the rest of my wardrobe. Take an online course and learn a new skill. You have absolutely no excuse to not learn a skill in the age of the internet. There are so many resources online for free. You can do a whole 6 months Google certificate to learn product management or UI UX design for absolutely free. You can learn about AI, which I highly recommend because it's the future. You can learn about history, anything. Go check out Coursera. A lot of universities like Harvard, Stanford, UPenn, whatever, they have free courses on there. And they're proper university courses. Like I said, you want to get ahead of people, you want to get ahead in this competitive ass world, Learn a new skill to differentiate yourself from other people. Work out. I really need to work out. Like, guys, I did a 5-minute workout for the first time in like maybe a year, and I was sore for 3 days. So this is one of my resolutions, but working out is so critical because, you know, it helps release endorphins, which makes you feel good. It helps keep you younger and fit. And in one of my recent videos, I talked about my realization that I'm mortal, even though I'm 22. But when I was in Europe, I was so out of breath all the time. And I'm like, shit, I feel like I'm a 30-year-old because I hadn't really been working out. Also, working out helps keep your mind fit. In 2022, pretty much for the entire year, I was suffering from memory issues. It was because, number one, I was not working out, but two, my body and my mind was so stressed out. Even if I couldn't tell I was stressed, my body and mind was. And then it contributed to this memory loss I was experiencing. And the moment I started to work out again, suddenly my memory was getting better. Do one thing every day that scares you, or at least one thing a month. Doing things that scare you will put you outside of your comfort zone, and it will open the world to you. The thing I'm doing this year that scares me is I'm solo traveling. Something I never ever thought I would do. I will always prefer to travel with my friends, but I had this realization that I was waiting for these people to become available to me, and in the meantime I was miserable. And then 2, I was relying on others. 3, I was obviously in my comfort zone, and I knew that doing something that's going to push my boundaries, get me out of my comfort zone, will reap so many rewards because it will literally just open the world up. So if something scares you, do it. I'm gonna go skydiving next week. Learn a new vocabulary word every day. Quick way to level up your language skills. Start investing a small amount of money into an ETF or a different investment fund. So compound interest. You start now, 18, 20, or I don't know, however old you are. That's gonna compound over time and become so much more later on. You don't have to invest a lot. Just invest how much you can. Stop wasting time on people who offer you nothing and just drain from you. Get rid of them. If someone is not a good friend to you objectively, if you're in a bad relationship, ask yourself, am I respecting myself by being in this position? You can go watch my other channel for more videos like this. Learn a new language. 30 minutes of Duolingo every day. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up. And sometimes when I achieve like nothing during the day, but I still do my like little bit of Duolingo, I still feel like I accomplished something. Get a therapist. I feel like I talk about this all the time. I'm always like, get a therapist. BetterHelp sponsor me again. I know that therapy is not accessible to everyone. It is really expensive. So at the very least, if you cannot get a therapist, try to find someone to talk to. College counselor, high school counselor, they're usually free. Or at the very least, start to work through your own problems and do some shadow work. Luckily, in my journal, I have prompts like this to get to know yourself throughout the journal. Seriously, my journal will change your life. That is not an exaggeration. $9.99 for a brighter future. If you guys can afford therapy, highly recommend you do it. I have a whole video on how therapy changed my whole mindset mentality. Stop listening to sad music or music that's bad for your brain. I know a lot of people when they get depressed, they love to wallow in their sadness. It like feels good. It's actually an addictive feeling. Is it benefiting you though? No. Is it benefiting you though? No. You're just adding on to your depression. This one is very extreme, and I feel like this one will apply more to guys or people who have impulse control issues or addiction issues. Try abstaining from something that you are supremely addicted to. Usually it's alcohol or sex. Don't do No Fap November, do No Fap 2023. Another one which I think will radically level you up is try to stop complaining. So Dale Carnegie in How to Win Friends and Influence People, he says, never criticize, condemn, or complain. When you stop complaining, you will see how much your world shifts. It helps shift your perspective. This can also tie back into one of my previous points where I said, when you get an intrusive thought, stop. Literally say stop. and replace it with a more positive thought. Although you have to be careful because it low-key can turn into OCD. You also need to really monitor what you say, because everything you say, it will come back to you. There's always a full circle moment. Try fasting. Fasting is so helpful. You guys should look into, what's his name? David Sinclair's research into fasting. It's not even that hard. I've been fasting recently. I just wake up late. Not recommended. 20 something, wake up early. I've been waking up late because I've been working on this damn journal till like 4 a.m. Anyway, I digress. The things I do for my audience. Fasting has so many benefits. Health-wise, mentally, physically, slows your aging down, reduces your risk of disease, cancer. And I'm gonna end with, of course, the beauty tips, because people usually click these videos and they just want the beauty tips. In my last 22 ways to glow up, I said sleep. That is the best beauty tip. It actually changed the shape of my eyes. Go watch that video. So you can do that. 2, use rosemary oil on your hair. 3, whiten your teeth. That's an easy way to glow up. 4, I don't know, dye your hair. Start to take care of your hair. Buy some K18. Put some castor oil in your hair to make it thicker, grow longer, more luscious. One of my skincare tips is almond oil and jojoba oil. Is that jojoba? I don't know. Put that on your skin every night. You'll thank me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. To conclude, you're not going to see any change if you don't invest into yourself and if you don't start to make these changes. You can't just listen to what I'm saying and listen to what other people are saying and not do anything. Link to the journal is below. It's 247 pages that I painstakingly made over the past fortnight. And if you can't invest $9.98 into your life, you guys, I have nothing to say to you. Try it out. I really think it will benefit you if you stay consistent to it and use the methods in here. Go check it out. Love you guys. Don't forget my second channel if you want more content there. Ich liebe dich. Happy New Year.